Good? You can hear me? Okay, welcome everyone to another session of AI Jumpstart. Today's session is all about the AI Data Analyst, turning that client data into decisions that help drive your revenue. As always, I am Nathan Jaworski, one of your fantastic customer success managers, though maybe I shouldn't be the one saying that. I'm also joined today in the questions section by Lily Yip, my colleague and partner in crime. As always, our session today will be recorded and saved to our YouTube channel. Lily's going to put the link up for the playlist there. Please review our old sessions. There's a lot of good stuff there. Again, tooting my own horn a little bit, but lots of good stuff from our whole team. So please check it out if you haven't already. Questions, we will be having a live Q&A following the presentation today, and all of our webinar content can be found at the Vendasta content library as well, in addition to keeping up with what other webinars are out there and what's upcoming. So keep an eye on that as well. Thank you so much. All right, so for today, we are going to be talking about another AI custom agent. If you'll remember, we previously built the inside sales rep and the support agent. So today I am going to be building out the AI data analyst for you. This is this should be switched over. Turn raw data into growth signals with a structured AIR framework. We're going to talk a little bit about what that means coming up here. Now, the AI Data Analyst itself connects to your CRM in Business App, your customer reviews, social metrics to help provide that instant structured briefing. Using the AIR framework, it's not just going to tell you what happened, it's going to also identify what that data means and what you should do to action it. So it's going to be syncing those insights from the CRM, your Google reviews, your social engagement, and then it's going to use AIR reasoning. Now, AIR means analyze, interpret, and recommend actions. So we're going to be building that out in its capabilities. And it flags quiet accounts and churn risks before they happen. So ideally, if you haven't heard from somebody in a long time or they haven't been responding to your emails, this is going to call that out. So he uses a couple different products. Conversations AI is required to be able to build this, and then Reputation AI as well, and then any other products like social that he has access to as well in Business App. So let's dive right in. I always like to get right into the platform here. And today we're going to be working out of Business App. That is the client-facing dashboard here. I've got my fake business all set and ready to go with all my products. You may remember this from last week when we were using Vendasta Vibe to build out a dashboard, or rather a estimator tool. And today we're going to be building out a custom agent. So when you're in Business App, and this can either be for your clients or for yourself, if you want to build these out to be able to use your connected systems, you can do that in Business App as well. Just create your own Business App there. Technically, you could build it out in Partner Center as well, but of course, it's not going to have that review functionality built in because the review dashboard works out of Business App. So if you want the full functionality, I would create this particular AI within your Business App dashboard. So we're going to, from Business App, go to AI Workforce, and we're going to find our little buddy down here. Well, I've already made one called Steve. I'm going to create a different one. Steve was our support agent from last time. And we're going to click Create. And here we are on the page. So first and foremost, I want my guy to not be called Custom Employee. I would like him to be called Jeremy. And his role, rather than Custom Assistant, is going to be Data Analyst. I should say as well, I am working off of a walkthrough that we have available at the end of our session today. Lily's going to be throwing up the link to that walkthrough so you can build your own data analyst or AI sales, inside salesperson or support agent. They're all in our documentation. We'll put that up at the end there so that you have access to that. And description, I mean, I can put a description in here if I'd like, but it's not not mandatory. The AI doesn't read anything from here. So I'm going to leave that for now, but if I was being extra picky, I'd make a nice little description about what he's going to do. And then I'm going to change his appearance because I don't want to look at a witness protection program headshot there. I think Jeremy is going to be a beluga whale. There he is. He's my data analyst. Say hello, Jeremy. Okay, I'm going to click save so it remembers we've done that. I am an oversaver. Whenever you're working on your AI, make sure you're clicking that save button just so that you are not losing the work if all of a sudden you click away or the power goes out or the zombie apocalypse happens or something. At least your AI employee will be saved. So next thing I am going to do on here, as you may remember, the role is the first of our important pillars in our AI building process. The role defines who your AI is and what it's doing there. We're going to open this up. And this is a very bare bones generic role here. We are going to replace that. And again, this is going to be on that resource that we'll share with you at the end. I'm going to copy and paste our beautiful data analyst role here. Your job is to help make confident data-backed decisions by surfacing what the data actually shows and what to do about it. You work across the following data, and then we lay out its analytical voice. Lead with data, not opinion. Be direct. We say what you're here to do. We want you to turn raw data into business signals, help users understand what's working, what isn't, and what to do next. And then what they shouldn't do. Don't guess at data you haven't retrieved. Don't present an inference as a fact, and don't give a recommendation that isn't traceable to something in the data. So this guy is built or going to be built to be very honest, and it's not going to make stuff up if it doesn't know the answer. I find that very important when I'm building my AI. The last thing I want is some AI hallucination because it didn't have the correct answer at hand. We're going to make our AI honest with us. Okay. This case here, we don't need to do any speech. I'm not going to change the generative AI model. There are different models in here. We usually recommend the GPT 4.1 because it's got a nice combination of speed in its response time, but also accuracy in its responses. 5.1 is very, deep thinking, and it takes its time with its answers, but the results are comparable to what you get on 4.1, and 4.1 is just that much quicker. So I usually recommend sticking with the 4.1. You're, of course, able to do whatever you feel. You do you. Okay, so we got our role in there. I'm going to click save, so it remembers I did that. And now, and just I guess as a reminder as the importance of a role. The role prompt is setting the foundation for how your AI communicates. So what we built here, they're going to be direct, data first, actionable, and then you can adjust the tone to match your brand if needed, but this primarily is going to be an internal tool. So you don't need to worry so much about having it polished to your brand because it's you and your team that'll be using it. The next step is we need to add the AIR analysis framework capability. So AIR, or as I mentioned, analyze, interpret, recommend. It's a custom capability that's going to structure how the AI reasons through every data question. So it's going to hopefully ensure responses follow a consistent pattern to state what the data shows, explain what it means, and then give a nice recommendation. So step one, we're going to come down to our capabilities section, and we're going to click this add a capability. And it gives us all our pre-built ones. We're building a new one. We're going to build a new capability here. This capability is going to be called the AIR Analysis Framework. I've got a description here as well that I'm going to paste in here. Again, this is for your reference only. The description isn't used by the AI, but it's nice to know at a glance what the capability is for. And then in the prompt field, which is the most important part, I have another lovely copy-pasted prompt from our resource. So it talks about when to apply the AIR capability when it's asking you to summarize data or identify trends or understand performance. And it talks about what the AIR structure is. So first it's going to analyze, then interpret, then it's going to provide recommendations. We are also with this going to have to create the AIR tool. Some capabilities, rather than just a workflow, require additional functionality to be able to perform. And part of that today is an AIR tool that we're going to be building. And then, of course, how to structure a response. And no prompt would be complete without a set of guardrails to just make sure the AI is not going off the deep end with what it's doing or what it's saying. Don't speculate without disclosure. Don't make metrics up. Brevity within structure. We don't want you to ramble on and on, that kind of stuff. So now we've got that prompt in there, and we then are going to create our reasoning tool, the AIR reasoning tool. So from here, we're going to scroll down to our tools section, and we're going to click add a tool. And we're going to add a new tool. And the tool name is going to be submit_AIR_analysis. And that, again, I've copied and pasted from our resource. If you're like, oh, how does Nathan know how to do this? I'm following the recipe, and you are going to get the recipe at the end of this session. Now we're going to set our description. Again, description is here required. This is actually used by the AI to understand how to use the tool. So rather than the other description, this description is a little more important. This is going to be, the AI is going to look at that description when it's trying to solve a problem, and it's going to say, oh, that's the tool for me. So call this tool before delivering any AIR structured analytical response. Populate all 3 fields based solely on retrieved data or provided data directly by the user. Okay. Now we're going to check this box that says this function is a no-op and will not execute an API call. I believe that just means it's internal to the tool itself. So it's not going to reach out to make connections outside the platform here. Add the following parameters, all with location, body, type, string, required, true. Okay, so this is going to be fun. We're going to walk through this here. Parameters. So the first one, parameter is, so for all of them, I'm setting my location to body. My type is going to be string. Required is going to be true, the check mark. And then set by AI is going to have that check mark as well. Call this tool, where is it here? Factual summary of what the data shows. Here we go. Here's our description of the parameter. That again is in my recipe here. So this analysis parameter is a factual summary of what the data shows, cites specific values, counts, dates, or ratings, no interpretation. So this is just getting the data. The AI hasn't started to interpret it yet. Next, we're going to add another parameter. After that, we're going to call that interpretation. And we're going to keep that body, string, and required. And set by AI, and our description, in this case for interpretation, is what the data means. Inferences must be clearly flagged as such, using phrases like this suggests or a likely explanation is. So if the AI is making any guesses about what the data is saying, it's going to flag that by making its language, it'll hedge its bets a little. It'll say, the data suggests this, or one possible explanation would be that. Then we're going to add another parameter here. Our parameter key for this one is going to be recommendation. Location is body, string, required. And then the recommendation is a specific actionable next steps that are traceable to both the analysis and the interpretation. And then always include at least one concrete first action. So the difference between a tool and a prompt, the tool is going very in depth with the workflow that we've laid out in the prompt to give it the exact steps we want it to take. It's like a more specific, more actionable prompt for the AI that helps it to complete its job for the analysis. Now we click done, and then we click save, as always. So that there, we've got there. Now this The tool itself that we've just built is invisible to the one who builds it. The AI just calls it internally before every analytical response to help structure its reasoning. It doesn't trigger an API call, as we mentioned, and it doesn't produce any visible output when you're chatting with it. It just uses the tool. It knows to do it. Finally, we can enable some of the built-in capabilities to help it with its job. We've got the error analysis framework, but we want it to be connected to our whole business here. So first off, we're going to add one of the capabilities, access CRM information. That would be an important one. This is going to help it look up CRM across the supported object types. That's companies, contacts, activities, opportunities, custom objects, etc., etc. We also wanted to be able to access and review and NPS data, because for this one, I have Reputation AI. For this business, I have Reputation AI Premium turned on. So it'll be able to look at the reviews and the Net Promoter Scores that have been submitted in order to analyze that data as well. Finally, there should be one in here called social engagement data. Maybe not. Oh, I guess it doesn't have social engagement data on here right now. We used to have one. They may have taken it out to tweak it. So for right now, this one I'm building is just going to be your CRM and your review data. Now, depending on the CRM, this is going to give it access to varying levels of information. So if you have just your plain free CRM, it's going to know your contacts and your companies. It'll be able to read your opportunities. If it has if you have CRM AI Pro and you have meeting recording enabled, then we could add also the summarize and score meetings functionality, so that it can read the meetings and summarize the online meetings that you're having with your clients. I don't have CRM AI Pro turned on for this one, so I'm not going to do that. But it gives you an idea of what else is possible here. And then the last thing, whenever you're building AI, you want to add knowledge sources. So by default, it's always going to be connected to your business profile. So the general information about your business. This is your business address, your phone number, your business hours, anything essentially that would live on Google, that kind of stuff lives in your business profile. You can also add your website. So in this case, I'll just add Vendasta.com here, because that's the one that's there. You can also add, as any other knowledge, but in addition to scraping a website, you can add plain text knowledge. So if you have specific data about your sort of customers, that would be good for the AI to understand when it's analyzing this data. You could put that in as text. You can also upload files. And if you didn't know, all the files formats supported include PDF, DocX, HTML, images, both JPEG and PNG, TXT, CSV files, Markdown, JSON, PowerPoint, and even Excel spreadsheets can be added as knowledge. Now, as with any AI, less is more when it comes to adding knowledge. Don't try to teach it the whole internet, because inevitably your AI will get confused. Be very tactical with the knowledge that you're giving it to ensure that you are only giving it the information that it absolutely needs to do its job. That's going to help reduce those AI hallucinations, the confusion that it's going to have between conflicting sources of knowledge, that kind of stuff. And then once that's been added, we click Save once again. Then it's time to test and refine the data analyst. So to do that, I can, and again, this is primarily an internal tool, I can go ahead and I can chat with Jeremy. And I would like to say, and you may not have a lot of information because this is a fake business. I don't have a lot of info in my CRM, but let's see here. Let me see. What does my CRM's activity history tell me, or tell us? Let's just see what it does with that. You can see that it's thinking. We'll see here if Jeremy can actually. I need to retrieve your account's recent activity records. It's going to give me its plan. He's showing me what he's going to be doing. He warns me that it's, hey, if I have a large volume of activities, I might be only able to surface the most recent events or a representative sample. So it's given me managing my expectations as to what it's going to be doing, which I appreciate. I like when my AI is honest with me. A healthy mix of inbound lead capture and, oh, come here, and engagement. Web form submission resulting in a new contact. Oh, that Nathan Jaworski wants to work with my business. That's fantastic. A web chat with a prospect, George Clooney. Again, that was me requesting TikTok ads. Critical support web chat about double billing and urgent cancellation risk. So it's flagged those most recent activities for me. And it gives me some next steps. Continue using your automated form for lead capture, but you got to implement swift and clearly defined processes for triaging or responding to these urgent support messages, saying you don't really have a good way, or you haven't been showing that you're responding to these fast enough. You need to implement that. Fair cop, Jeremy, I have done nothing to talk to Nathan Jaworski about his urgent cancellation risk. So good eye on that. So that is essentially the build for our AI, what's the word? AI Data Analyst. Now, are there any questions? We're going to hop back to our share this tab instead. Let's ask some questions and get some answers.
We have one question here, so I'm going to flash it.
Sure. I think you can go to the overlay menu. It should. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let me just make my screen a little bigger. If we build this in Partner Center, what knowledge might you add? So if you build it in Partner Center, the CRM is your big one right there. It's going to, if you add that capability to be able to read your CRM, that's going to be a big chunk of it. You might also want to add knowledge about your, again, about your agency, about what your agency's goals are, what your business goals are, to help it make decisions based around the data or recommendations based around the data that are in line with your company goals. What you won't be able to do in Partner Center is link it to your reviews, because that functionality only exists in Business App, not in Partner Center. So if you are building it out of your Partner Center, again, very similar process. It's just going to be a little less functional than what we've got in Business App. And to do that, just like in Business App, you're going to go to AI, Workforce, and then create your new agent. And if you are on a professional subscription or a premium subscription or a custom subscription, you'll have access to those. Unfortunately, our partners on Starter do not have access to custom agents in Partner Center. So for those ones, if you are wanting on Starter to build a custom agent, simply activate one of the AI products like Reputation AI or Conversations AI on your own account. Make your own business app in the account section for your business and build it out of there if you are on Starter. Great question, Jim. Can we add a folder of images, not for this AI, but in the social and blogger AI? Currently, we can't do that, but it is something that is on the near future roadmap to be able to add an image library for the upcoming social and blogger AIs. Again, those have not yet been released. We were told end of June, but they wanted to get it just perfect before they release it, so they pushed it into July. So stay tuned. We will be doing a couple sessions on the AI, social AI content creator and the blogger as well in late July. So you're going to get a lot more about that. And I believe folders of images or image libraries are on the roadmap for that. But currently, we can't do that right now, Tommy. Great question. Is the best AI employee to analyze, summarize the, is this the best AI employee to analyze and summarize the executive report? That is a very good question. Now, I know we can connect it to the CRM. I imagine there would be a way to create a capability to be able to read the executive report. I don't know if it takes it into account automatically based on what I'm seeing here. If anyone else knows anything on my team here, I would love to hear, but I don't know if there's a built-in way to do it. we'll check on that and maybe come back to this. Lily, do you want to put up the next question while we're waiting for a response on that? Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that.
Actually, that's the last question, but just let me just
Okay,
review
that's
one
fine.
more. Oh, okay, we have one more here by Rubu. Give me a quick minute to overlay. Okay, one more question for you.
All right, here comes. What entities in Partner Center CRM can be analyzed with this AI agent? So it can analyze the activities on your contacts and your companies. It can analyze your opportunities. So not only what opportunities are open, but even how long those opportunities have been open. So if you've had an opportunity in the in the proposal pipeline stage for over a month, it might suggest, hey, we should maybe look at this to move it across the line. It's been sitting there for a while. So those are some examples. It can also, if you have custom fields that in your CRM, it should be able to analyze those as well. Great question, Lubos. All right. Did we get any answer from the peanut gallery there, Lily?
Not yet. We'll check on that.
Okay. All right. You know what? If it's all right with you folks, I will make a note of that question and get a follow-up to that in our next week's seminar. That's a very good question. I don't have an answer for the executive report connection at the moment. We'll get an answer for you, and we will get back to you. So if that's all the questions, I think we will call it a little early today. It was a bit quick, but we do have a few plugs, as always. So first thing, this week we are taking a little break from our sales and strategy webinars on Thursdays, just because it's smack dab in the middle of Independence Day in the States and Canada Day here in the Canada. Yes, for our American cousins, we celebrate our own Independence Day, which is the anniversary of when we asked the British Empire very nicely if we could leave, and they said okay. It only took us 100 years longer than you guys. You guys get results, I guess. Anyway, happy Independence Day to our American folks. Happy Canada Day to my Canadian brothers and sisters. And next week, we have our summer kickoff, Market Your AI Agency, led by the inimitable Andrew Barkley. He's going to talk about building a lead strategy that works for you and your business. We all know summertime is that kind of lull when your clients all kind of disappear. This is going to be a way to keep yourself top of mind for your customers. So you don't want to miss this one. And the week after that, on a very special AI Jumpstart, we have Ask the Experts. It's our very own special Oops All Q&A edition of AI Jumpstart. We want to start hearing from you. We want you to answer your questions. We get a little bit of Q&A, very topic specific, but we want to put it to you. We want to hear from you. There are no dumb questions. So if you click that link, it's going to take you to a wonderful Q&A submission form that our fearless leader Rashida built out in Vendasta Vibe, and we will start collecting questions for this fantastic marathon of Q&A on the 14th. So don't miss that one. That is all we have for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been my absolute pleasure to be with you today. I hope you all have a fantastic holiday weekend, and we will see you again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care.